Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Living in Florida, ooh, it's getting really hot in here. Well, hotter outside I meant. But anyway, how you guys doing through the different changes that are going on? Spiritual, what are you feeling? How are you acting? How are you responding? And how are you handling yourself? Are you grounding yourself? Are you going to meditation? Develop more self-peace? And just surrender, let go. Try not to control it or manage it with the energies and what's around us. Don't let the distractions get in your way. It's really important because if you do that, it's almost like it knocks you off course. I say that a lot to my clients, so please stay focused, okay? And everyone that doesn't know me, or I know a lot of you guys do know me, I'm Mark. I'm the spiritual advisor and coach, and I offer you guys in so many different ways I can help you on the journey. So when you have time, why don't you check it out in the description box below. I'd love to schedule you a session. If anything resonates with you, I would really love to open up doors for you. And to everyone, from the bottom of my heart, because I think of you guys as family, welcome to your weekly picker card. Here's pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Pick the pile that you resonate with. Every card I pick from the pile, always messages. So please really stay focused and in tune because these angels want to share wonderful information to you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe at Marc Healing Arts. This way you can keep up to date with all the info on my channel. And I would love for you to know and keep up to date and keep on following through. All right, so I'm so excited and I know you guys are. So let's get started. All right, you guys ready? Here comes pile number 1. Let's see what the messages from your loved ones on the other side. And these are angels, guides, God, higher power, however you want to say it, Seti Masters. All right, the first card I did pull for you guys, pick pile number 1, is anxiety. Talking about emotional stuff, we have to get our stress under control. I know there's so much going on all at the same time, and then you're starting to say to yourself, oh, could I have a break already? I mean, that's how I feel at times. Sometimes I just want a break because all the stuff is going on. You know what's going on? 10 years of stuff. Believe it or not, 10 years of stuff is going on this 1 year because this is the year of the 9. So the year of the 9 is old things are going bye-bye and a new's beginning. And next year, the year of the 10th, is a new beginning. So whatever's going on here, letting go of the old stuff, and new stuff is beginning, it's going to continue on to next year. I heard from this astrologer, she told me, but that stuff won't start until the end of next year. I hope not. I hope it starts and in January it'll be a nice new year. So really try to get on top of your anxiety and stress. I don't care what you need to do. Meditate. I usually say this to my clients is go out in the light. I know I look really dark, right? But go out in the light because you'll be surprised. This is part of the circadian cycle if you guys want to check it out. But believe it or not, why I'm saying this, even though you have the anxiety card here, the first card here, the reason why is because when you go outside, I can't diagnose, but I'll say the serotonin and the melatonin, they're in check, and the serotonin will keep you like calm and ease and think clearer. So it'll keep your nervous system, your stress under control. That's right, just by going out in the light. And I find sometimes going out with Mother Nature more connected. Then I love meditation, but it's better than meditation in my experience. I even did tapping, and tapping's great too. It hits the meridians of the body. It's great. But that's another technique that if you want to look online, tapping, you go into the different meridians of the body like this, and you're saying whatever you need to say to yourself. It's very simple. You could just follow along. Try that for like a quick stress release, from the anxiety, but also going outside, eating better would really help. Remember, the better we eat in through these energies, the better we move forward, the better we feel about ourselves, okay? So please keep that in mind when taking care of yourself. Oh boy, I'm telling you right now, I know almost everyone is going through this financial constraints. Financial constraints, right? Most of you are probably saying, oh boy, dealing with the stress that you're dealing with, talking about anxiety, when you have low funds, that could bring on anxiety. So we have to learn how to reprogram our minds so this way, even when our funds are low, we don't go into anxiety. I know it's easier said than done, and I know some people are barely making it or living paycheck by paycheck, and I feel bad for you guys, that really are. And even people in general, they're concerned, even financial, but all I know is just please keep in mind, we are co-creators. So as we are co-creators, we could alter things. We can't alter everything. No, we cannot. Okay, but most of it is, and you can have better outcomes by the way we think and feel. So remember, you can't change everything, but you could eliminate or minimize whatever you're experiencing. That's right, we have the power within. So keep that in mind. We have the power in to change all this stuff. All right? And believe it or not, you could visualize financial gains. Jim Carrey did it. Homeless guy on the street. Now he's a multimillionaire, right? Good part of it is he's a spiritual guy. He did a lot of here. And when we give more, we feel more secure about ourselves. Even when we're going through financial strains, it'll decrease the anxiety because we have to retrain our mind, reprogram our mind of thinking, even if it's not there yet. All right? You focus on what you're manifesting, make it like it's your reality already. And then the mind won't know any different, and you keep on feeding it, you'll be surprised. You could decrease your anxiety and your stress by doing this. And this is one of the challenges, the financial constraints, right? It's not easy, right? But that does not mean we're not going to have a brighter future, so you guys hang in there. I know a lot of people are struggling out there, and I know we're going through changes and all that, but they did say the light has won, and we're going to have a brighter future. So we have to just keep our vibe up, and everyone stay connected. Don't separate from each other. Really stay connected, all right? And that also will decrease anxiety. Don't let anything that interferes in your life that doesn't serve a good purpose, because that will create anxiety. We need to push it more to the side. So we have to do a lot of inner work. That's what I'm saying to you. We've got to do a lot of inner work to reduce the anxiety, and dealing with the financial is one of them. Well, for those who are looking for your soul partners, that could bring anxiety. You feel like you're alone, right? You feel like, I hope I can meet someone. Well, this is the door of, remember I said the year of the ninth, year of the change, old stuff's going bye-bye. So if you had bad relationships, good ones could come into place. Here's the door for it, right? See, door to romance. And when people have each other, as long as they have a good relationship, then that will decrease anxiety, because it's tough when you're by yourself. I mean, some people love being by themselves. Hey, I praise them on that. I'm the kind of person that I like to be with someone. I'm very fortunate to have my partner. So the thing is, some people don't want it. Some people think it's more drama. Whatever decreases your anxiety, if it's money-wise, if it's being alone-wise, if you want to find someone, tell me the door is open to it, but we have to be clear to the universe. Remember something if you don't know. I don't know if you guys knew this, but did you know, this is really important, did you know however we think, the universe understands what we're saying and responds to it? But if we think negative, and we can do all these affirmations all day long and party with it. But did you know if you're constantly thinking negative all day long, even though you say, I do my affirmations, yeah, but what you're doing is you're neutralizing that, and you're giving it more power to this. Whatever stress we're going through, like anxiety, stress, traumas, whatever it is, or all the above, just remember, it's how we give it the power of our mind on how we're going to act and respond, even through unstable times, okay, or trying times, whatever it is. Because once we learn more and more, you'll see depression, anxiety. I mean, I can't diagnose this, but all this stuff will go bye-bye. Or at least it'll get less and less. It won't 100% go by, but it'll be minimized so you guys could go to sleep at night better, right? And not thinking so much and worrying so much. Because worrying, my grandmother used to say to me, worrying is for the birds. I said, you'll learn as you get older, and she's right. I'm in my 60s now, and then she says, by worrying, doesn't do anything, doesn't serve anything, so don't worry. So just have faith and move forward and do what you got to do, and don't worry, and just think. And if it doesn't work, just keep on manifesting what you want, and just keep on believing it. So remember, romance is there for you guys if you're looking for it, but you got to tell the universe exactly what you want. And keep on thinking of it, make it like your dreams are reality until the reality becomes there for you. So dream in your mind whatever you want to see by manifesting it, I should say that better. And then see whatever through the visual in your mind, but also saying it like it's already there. And you'll be surprised how it can turn, even for romance, even for financial abundance, okay? And even for self-peace. I mean, doesn't that all sound good? I don't know about you guys, but I want self-peace. Sometimes I'm getting drained. Get away from the news. I mean, be aware of it, but don't constantly watch it because it could be really negative and very, withdrawing. But look what happens here, guys. Look what's going on here. All right? You have the Sun card. Did you ever hear that there's a light at the end of the tunnel? Well, let's put it this way. If you're outside, right, on a rainy day, right? You're looking outside, it looks gloom and doom. I was born in New York, and when I was a kid, I used to love it, but not anymore like it used to be. But when it was a gloom day, I felt sad and depressed. In Florida, where I live, my God, the sun's always out, except at nighttime, of course. And it's so beautiful. Even on overcast day, it still looks beautiful here. But the sun kind of represents protection, right? A new beginning, right? Light at the end of the tunnel. That's what I was saying. So all the stuff that we're going through, all these different stresses, dealing with anxiety, all the stuff dealing with financial challenges, or finding someone in our life. I know, again, it's hard. I know it's hard not meeting someone and then being by yourself. And some people love it. Okay, like I said before. But just to let you know, all these different challenges and obstacles are going to change. Remember, this world is an illusion. So things could alter. But the only way it's going to alter is, it's not like, oh, I want to go into a time machine and go somewhere different. No, it's how we alter our subconscious and awareness. That's what it comes down to. People keep on saying, well, I want to go different timeline, different outcome. You can do that just by your mindset. You don't know. Every morning you can wake up, and guess what? You could be in a different timeline, a different outcome. Everything looks the same, but the outcome's different. That's the big difference between it. Yeah, you ever go to a different timeline and everything looks different? There's a Mandela effect that you could see something off guard. People are seeing things off. But overall, if you think about it, every time we wake up, we create a different timeline, but a different outcome. So whatever was supposed to happen the day before, you had a different outcome. Puts you in a different timeline because the energy puts you into that direction. But remember, everything's energy. Everything's energy. So it's like the sun. So brighter days are coming for all of this, for wealth, for love, for peace. Is there anything else you guys want more than that? Think about it. And your health. So peace, your happiness, or bliss, health, right? Brighter days that look a beautiful future for you. I mean, you could go down the list here. But I think this covers it so you guys can understand. These messages are from your angels telling you guys that I know you're going through all these troubles, but things are going to get better. Okay? So keep that in mind. And anything resonates with you guys, if you want to schedule a session, I'd love to help you further to really open the doors and put you in a better place, not to change you, but to guide you and open up doors for you. And any comments you guys want to write in the comment box, please, I'd like to hear from you, what you experienced. I always love to hear the comments, and I promise you, I always write it back to it. But thank you guys so much for being here. You guys are awesome. You guys mean the world to me. I really mean that from the heart, as being a very strong empath. And all I can say is stay strong, stay focused, things will be okay. But just take one thing at a time, all right? And the best way to support my channel is to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't at Marc Healing Arts right here on spirituality and wisdom. I always like to share and give you wonderful information to guide you on your journey. I'll see you soon. I'm Mark. I'm the spiritual advisor for Marc Healing Arts. All right, you guys, I know you're ready for this one. This is pile number 2. Let's see these beautiful messages coming from the other side. Oh, now you may look at it and say, what is this? What are you talking about, Mark? Well, you got the first card you got was a storm warning card. That means if things feel unstable in your life or you're getting frustrated, some people unfortunately are dealing with sicknesses and illnesses right now, right? That's kind of a storm warning that's saying if you're meant to, unfortunately, how can I say this? Well, if you are going through the period of not having your health, it's unfortunate, And I do send my prayers for people who don't have their health, and they're struggling. And I know some people, I know a friend's brother who's actually struggling right now with cancer, metastatic cancer, and that's not too good. So that could be storm warning right there, or turbulence. I don't know, astrologers have told me that this is the time where if you're not meant to be with your partner, you're going to separate. So that could be storm warning of separation, health. It could be dealing with, the frustration within you. You have to bring peace to yourself. So it's like a storm warning of all this turbulence that are within us. Dealing with so many different circumstances, about breakups, about health conditions, about even the war within us. Well, I think I did an info on the war with our minds. We fight constantly with our minds and fight and fight and fight. And sometimes we have to just give in and say, it's okay. It's all going to work out. It's all going to be okay. We have to remind ourselves we're going to be okay and move forward with that. So any kind of turbulence that you guys are having in your life right now, right? Any kind of turbulence or confusion or distortion, you're uncertain about, don't be, but overall try to get on it. So it sounds like there's a lot of inner work that needs to be done with this. Dealing with when you have health issues, well, you want to do healing on yourself. I mean, I do healings, but do healings on yourself is really important. If it's health or emotional, like emotional stress, that's another thing too. So, and they're even saying even with relationships, dealing with, maybe you need to talk to each other, heal the relationship up, or separate and heal. So there's a whole thing behind it. So, and I know it's really involved. So don't drive yourself crazy over it, but just know if it does exist, you got to work through it. That's why it's storm warning. And look at this. What did I just say about the next card? Is rest and rejuvenation. We need time to rest, guys, because these energies are firing up. I know, I'm feeling it. Let me tell you something. For me, who's a Cancer, I'm not saying you guys don't feel it either, but Cancers can feel almost everything. And it's driving me up the wall. I mean, it's really driving me crazy, So, and you know what? You're dealing with so many things, even if we're having problems medically. We need to heal our body and go into a meditation state. Close your eyes, put a white light around you, ask the angels and guides to come forth, to protect you, and just almost like feel like the tingling through the body. It's almost like you're healing your body. Energy is just surging within you and it's coming out of you. Don't force it, please, because I'm a Tai Chi instructor too. So I tell my clients, do not force energies, because I did that one time, and I'm telling you right now, I felt the side of my face, like here on my left side. I know to you guys it looks like to the right. And let me tell you something. For years, I felt like this tingling would not stop on the side of my face, and that was from energy work. So don't force energy, even when it comes to meditation. Don't go like this, oh, I can't see it. Because if you do that, you'll actually get more burned out. Then when you first start doing the meditation, you'll say, I feel more tired now. But you shouldn't feel that way during meditation. You feel relaxed afterwards, right? But some people may force it and go, oh, I want to see. Don't. No, don't. Okay? But that's how you bring turbulence to the body, and it goes back into the storm warning, the first card. You don't want to create imbalances of the body. So you want to rejuvenate. You want to relax. That means be more loving to yourself, right? Contact with Mother Nature. Go on a trip. Take time off of work, even if you don't want to travel. Do anything. Take a bath, right? Be in a company where you can feel relaxed, like with friends or family members, whatever it is, whatever you need to do to rejuvenate. Because look, you have the storm warning card. It's telling you all these imbalances you could be experiencing, more than one. And this is saying to relax, mellow out. Don't drive yourself crazy. Do anything you can to take a walk. Do anything. Go fishing if there's whatever it's caused you to relax. But you need to rest to rejuvenate, because the ascension energies are really coming in the surgery. A lot of downloads, it could really drain the heck out of you. So remember to relax and work out your imbalances. Now another card I got here is the Thinking Man. The Thinking Man. And what that means is we get so emotional, right? We get so emotional. And, I have clients saying to me, I put a Y line around me and it still doesn't work. What am I supposed to do, Mark? These people are negative. You know what it is? You know why the Thinking Man came in? Because Thinking Man is more about intellectual. And this isn't just for men. This is for women too, whoever's listening to it. But this is about thinking logical sense to handle the emotions on how to work things out. Doesn't that kind of relate to the imbalances of the storm warning card? Doesn't that also relate to if you stay focused and you relax, you're thinking in the sense of you're tuning in and focusing. My definition of meditation is focusing on one thing at a time. That means whatever you're doing, like I'm closing my eyes right now, I'm meditating, and I'm focused on it. Like if I could think of birds, I could see like white birds flying, right? And then you're just focusing on that. But if you start going, I have to go shopping, and then I have to pick up my daughter, and then I got a massage at 5 o'clock. That's a storm warning call. That's creating imbalances because you're getting off track, you're losing focus, and you're causing more turbulence. And it can be mental turbulence as well as emotional. And that can affect the physical and the spiritual. It can really drain the heck out of you. And what you want to do is rebalance it and relax it. But when you think intellectual, it all comes together. Why does it all come together? Well, let me see why. Because when you're an intellectual thinker, things could be done more logical, right? More calm. When you're an emotional thinker, you go, oh my God, I don't know if I can do all this. I don't know, I can handle this. And then your cortisol level goes sky high, and then you can't even think straight, and you can't remember stuff. And then you may say to yourself, for me, who's 62 years old, you may say to yourself, what did I just think of? I must be getting older, so I can't remember. Well, yeah. you don't want to do that. So remember to think more intellectual, but that will help with the emotional stuff of the things that are unstable, and that will also help you to stay focused, grounded, and being what? Being in the moment. So definitely start thinking more intellectual, because that will help you dealing with resting and working your emotional stuff out. Working your stuff out. I got the contract card here. And don't be alarmed. Don't think like, uh-oh, am I going to get sued now? No, no, it's not saying that. It's saying whatever agreements that you made, and this could be about yourself. It doesn't have to be about other people. It could be about yourself. It could be about yourself. You agreed, like, you know what I agree my contract was? It was mentally agreed upon that, for me, you guys know I'm a spiritual advisor and coach, so I have all these thoughts in my head, and then, whatever, I wake up in the middle of the night, go to the bathroom, do my thing, whatever, and then I start thinking like, I'm supposed to do this, and I have to do that, I have to do this, I have to do that. What am I supposed to do now? I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do this. And then I'm saying, wait. I can plan that out when I wake up. I don't have to do that when my body wants to go back to sleep. Thank God I go back to sleep right away. So you have to make an agreement with yourself that this is what I want in my life, and this is what I agreed upon. Now, if you're dealing with a relationship, well, that's a different story, because now you're making an agreement. It's more like a verbal agreement than actually a written one. So you're making an agreement that how you both are going to do your part to make the relationship work, right? But then business is on the other hand, is totally a different story. And this could be one of the things that you guys are doing, or it could be all of the above, that you're dealing with. You're focusing on, oh God, I got to read everything, dot my I's, cross my T's, I got to remember everything, I got to know everything, but relax. But if you're doing like a written contract, like if you're like a self-contractor, or you're an employee and you agree, relax, sense if this job is for you, and then you could sign. But so don't sign anything unless if you're really ready, like to buy a car, like to buy a house, right? Start a job, or whatever it is. So you want to make it an agreement, because if you notice how the scale is balanced, balance your life on all the agreements that you agree upon. Not that you disagree, but what you agree. Because if you disagree with yourself, it can cause imbalances. And there we go back to the storm warning card once again. And if you have imbalances like from the scale, right? We can rest. We're all over the place. But remember to use logic sense of everything you're doing. The thinking man card comes in and saying, be logical so you're able to handle everything that comes into place and create the balance, because the balance will help all this flow and everything will come together for you. And that will create the balance of the contracts of everything you have to do in your life. It deals with anything. Your relationship within you, with your partner, dealing with family, friends, job, new experiences. You agree a contract, like you and God, you sign this energetic contract, you would do all this. You agree, you do it, your life flows better. You don't do it, you can have imbalances. See, there goes about kind. And what does that deal with? Intellectual thinking. Now, do we know everything we have? Well, I do like past life regression work. I can bring it back to the time and say, oh, I do remember, kind of thing. You can remember that way, or you may sense it, whatever it is. But remember to create the balance, and think intellectual. And so this way everything's focused and everything's flowing. And if this resonates with you guys, and if you're having challenges with this, I would love to help you. But I know life is sometimes challenging, it's hard, but you know what? You just gotta take one thing at a time. I like to say take one breath at a time. And thank you guys so much for being here. It means a lot. Thank you for listening and tuning. Oh yeah, and best way to support me is to hit that like button and write comments. I'd love to hear from your comments on what you're experiencing and feeling. I'd like to hear from you. And it's okay to be expressive. You know, I'll definitely write you back. Also, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe here, Marc Healing Arts, and that's MARC, Healing Arts, and I go into spiritual philosophy, wisdom, and growth. And I'll see you guys soon. But remember, please, just take one thing at a time. Things will be okay, but reassure yourself to be loving to yourself and don't be hard on yourself. I'll see you soon. I'm Marc. I'm the spiritual advisor for Marc Healing Arts. All right, you guys, you ready? Okay, here's messages from all souls on the other side. It could be angels, guides, sending masters. But welcome to pile number 3. Angel of Strength. The first card you got here was Angel of Strength. That means, you know what? The times we're going through right now, right? Isn't it turmoil and confusion? And sometimes we're so tired, we feel like we're really getting worn down. And we feel very lost or confused or frustrated. And that can make us weak. And we need our strength. Well, that's where, just like people call Michael, Gabriel, Metatron, right? Josephine, Uriel, Ariel, there's so many different angels. And there's some angels that we're not even aware of, that people don't even mention in the readings. I don't, and I was reading all these, I said, I've heard people say this name and that name. There's so many names out there of angels and guides. But the angel of strength comes in saying, and you could call upon her. Okay, oh wait, this is how she looks again. You could call upon her when you feel you're down. You feel like you're weak. You feel like you're beside yourself. And she will come and strengthen you. You know, she does do in a healing as well as out of healing. Help us to calm down our environment. Right? Everything is so noisy and you don't want to hear anything anymore. Well, how about the noise comes from within you? You know, all the worrying and circling of thoughts, or constantly not giving your mind a rest. You know, I do with myself, with my mind. This really helps. Sometimes we need to just keep silent. Great to plan. I'm a great planner, but when it comes down to it, we just need to keep our minds quiet like this and don't say anything. And you're not thinking it. And I know that's impossible. How could you not think? Well, you can. I'm not going to say it's going to last forever, but you could think. Because when we get our minds more rest, our physical body at rest, our soul's rest, so it doesn't feel drained. That's why when we overwhelm ourselves with our mind and get into emotional imbalances that affects the physical as well as the spiritual, that's what we could call the angel of strength, because she'll know how to balance you. Don't we need that balance? The other way you're going to feel imbalanced. You don't want to feel imbalanced. So remember, call upon her. It's really important. She can really help you. But here's a big thing, everyone, and I'm sure you guys will agree with this. Agree. And we all have to work on this. We all have to work on this. You got, believe it or not, the card is the patient card. That means your angels are saying you need to become more patient. So important. I know most of us want things right here and then. Well, it doesn't happen, because when we become impatient, right, what happens? We get more irritable, feel more unstable, right? We get more stressed. And what does that do to us? We don't feel as strong. So that's where the angel strength comes in, to build that strength back and rebalance us. but I know it's hard. I know, like, there are times that we start to think and we say to ourselves, oh, I can't be any more patient. I can't take this anymore. You know, we learn as we get older that we don't have a choice, but sometimes situations do arise. We need to become more patient at it. If not, there are lessons to learn from this. And when you become more impatient and you can't wait, you become more irritable. Not only do you feel unstable, but there could be more challenges with that because karmically you're holding it on. Isn't that so hard if you think about it? Isn't that to be total patient? Total patient. Who does that? No one, right? No one does it. But can we improve on it to get better about it? Yes, and you'll see when we become more patient and we let go and stop controlling it, you'll see how your life will flow better. And that's what your angels are telling me to tell you guys. So really work more on the patience and also not to be hard on yourself so you don't lose your strength. So work on your patience to become more patient and to deal with, don't cry, stressing in life because they don't want you to be drained. Those two just by itself, you see how they kind of relate? Because if you're impatient, you're going to be stressed because you can't wait, and that affects the nervous system, and then you feel tired. So we got to learn patience is a big thing here. We need to become more virtuous. Not saying we're not loving, but more loving, all of us. Patience, more loving, more virtuous. I mean, that's what they're telling me right here. So keep that in mind. Woman holding a coin. This is the third card I got from the pile. Woman holding a coin. What does that mean? What is that telling me? Well, first of all, it first tells you right now, and this is interesting what they're telling me right, they're channeling with this as well as I'm reading the card, and they're saying a woman deals with female energy, deals with emotions, dealing with abundance, and part of the abundance is financial. And does that mean it doesn't relate to guys? Of course it does relate to guys. Why? Because we have male-female energy in all of us. But this is like speaking about you'll get the blessings, and one of the blessings will be financial abundance. If you become patient, and you have faith, and you have trust, and you're virtuous. Because the other way, again, we have the female energy and male energy in all of us, male and females. It doesn't matter if you're a woman or male. You all have it, and that's what the woman is representing on the card. But then, the coin represents of abundance. It's not just financial, but abundance of peace, health, spiritual growth. You see how many are there? And all that will come about if we become more patient, and we trust more, and we leave the doors open more, and things will flow more. You see what I mean? And we'll feel as powerful as we've never felt before. Because why? Because we're allowing things to flow better, and we're keeping our vibration up. And that's what they're telling me to tell you guys. Keep your vibration up. And abundance will come, but we have to go through the stages for the blessings to occur. Can this happen? Absolutely it can happen. Oh my God, can it happen? But we have to work through this. And one of the things they tell me to tell you is have more patience. I know you may want this here and there. I mean, most people do. No, we have to get rid of that and say, I'm going to breathe. I'm going to focus. I'm going to do what I need to do. And I'm not going to be impatient. Nope. Nope. I'm just going to wait and breathe and just have faith and just let go. And then you'll have the abundance that you want, because the doors will be open for it, because then you get becoming more enlightened souls about love and being and progress. instead of being impatient, defensive, moody, on guard, right? I'm sure you guys could relate to that. We all could act like that way. Some people, unfortunately, could be worse than others. I'm not here to judge that, but I'm here to tell you that be aware if you're in that bracket, to don't do that. All right? Now, the second chakra, Archangel Ariel. Here comes Ariel. Yay, Ariel. Ariel comes forth. What is the the second chakra? I knew it was the second for, I don't know why I said seventh. The second chakra, Archangel Ariel. That beautiful angel Ariel, the second chakra, right? It's not above the belly button, a little bit higher. Second chakra. What does that mean? Creativity. Creativity of what you want to manifest and what you want to believe, in the future. But isn't that interesting that the second chakra represents about creativity, making new, coming up with new ideas. Well, what a good idea about how about becoming toward patience, about acting and handling this situation different than you did before. And improving on it and questioning it. And then you could be more creative. Because when we're not creative, we close the second chakra. Does it open back up again? Absolutely. Can it always open up? The chakra system doesn't constantly stay open 24 hours a day. It doesn't. So, but overall, do we want it to stay balanced and open? Yes, but through our stressful lives, it closes at times. No one's 100% stress-free, but we could minimize it. But think about this. So we're creative about our manifestation. We're creative about what we want to fulfill, right? And one of it is fulfill is, how about becoming enlightened souls, right? Don't you guys want to become more enlightened souls? What is this ascension about, It's not about the sky opening up and all the angels come forth, It goes beyond that point. It's really within us. Everything that affects everything around us, right, is a distraction. But we stay on path. That means when we become more creative and manifest our own reality, beautiful things come, like financial abundance, but other abundances. Remember, your spiritual growth, financial, health, love, an adventure experience on the earth. I mean, there's so much. That's why this woman holding the coin is telling you. But we need to stay in tune with ourselves, believe in ourselves, and flow with it. That means do not feel like, well, I'm off track. Sometimes things can feel weird when they're not weird. It just, we're not used to handling it like that. So does that mean we should be hard on ourselves? Nah. Okay. Should we learn to breathe more and question ourselves how we can handle the next time around? Absolutely. Because when we do that and we question ourselves on how we become more patient, so beautiful things can flow our way. But we have to be very creative with it. That's where the second chakra comes in once again. Become creative. That means manifest your reality the way you want to see. Not about, is it going to happen? I don't know if it's going to happen. Will it happen? Maybe it'll happen. No. Manifest it like it's really your reality. Even if it hasn't happened yet, go into that path. See, it's a different change of mindset. And when you do, you'll see how your life will change over. And I know at times it could be frustrating, but do not allow the things to come into place like that for you. Don't create any imbalances that don't need to be imbalanced. flow with it, believe in yourself, and go with it, okay? And, thank you guys so much for listening. I mean, it means the world to me that you're here. And I always like to acknowledge it because you guys are awesome. And we all need to be acknowledged and feel loved. And that's my empath, giving you guys love. Give me thumbs up to support my channel. And also, just a reminder, if you guys haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe here, Marc Healing Arts. There's so much knowledge and I would love to share with you. Take care of yourself. I send my love. See you soon. I'm Marc. I'm the spiritual advisor for Marc Healing Arts.